So this is kind of like the layout of the electrical and how it's going to work kind of end to end from the charge sources all the way to what the items you're going to be powering. Before I actually went into the van, I kind of wanted to test it out, you know, in my backyard and make sure everything kind of works. So when I actually get into the van, I have a lot more confidence. So this is the solar panel itself. In the back, you're gonna have like these, they're called like M4 connectors. And I'm gonna wire them in series, but just to test it out, I'll have one solar panel. These connect to the red and black that are gonna be able to power to my charge controller. Before I go to my charge controller, I'm going to have a fuse. So this fuse, we'll talk to then then the live wire will go to this charge controller. The black wire will go directly to the solar panel input here. And then from the outputs, this goes directly to the battery. But instead of the battery, I have like this safety hub. And in this, all my positive, negative for DC and AC are all gonna communicate through this. They're basically like bus bars, and this will connect to this, which will connect to the positive, negative of the battery. On the battery itself, I have like this ring terminal, which I'm gonna put all my connections that will go to this hub from here. Basically, it's just gonna be the live. It's gonna be one here that communicates to here and one here that communicates to here. I'm also gonna have this switch that goes from here between here and the live over here. I have a switch right here. And then from the ground, I'll have like a shunt that comes from this Victron battery monitor that I bought. This will tell me basically, you know, how charged the battery is, how it's, what do you call it? Like how many amps it's pushing out for AC and DC, and like the usages, and it's connected to Bluetooth, so it connects to your phone. Seems like a pretty good item. So the black will go to the shunt here. The shunt will connect to the monitor, and then the other part will come to this hub. And then this will connect to my inverter and all my other DC sources. But yeah, so just try it out, everything kind of connecting end to end, and then we'll have a go from there. Let's just walk through it step by step, from starting from the charge all the way to you know, using an appliance. So I'm gonna wire all my solar in series, and I can explain why in another video, but this is my solar panel. Here are the connectors. So you wanna just connect like these M4 connectors as such. So I have connected the black one already, and then, so it just goes in, and then it's pretty secure. So let's walk through the next step. So you wanna have a fuse right here. You wanna calculate how much amps you expect to come in, and then have a fuse based on that. Then you connect that to the solar charge controller here.
How many amps do you have in there right now?
So this is like a 40 amp fuse. I expect there to be, you know, maybe about 10 amps. So maybe like a 20 amp fuse would be best, because I'm wiring them in series. The voltage is going to get added, but the amperage is going to stay the same. So you just want to go maybe like 25% above what you expect the maximum to be. So I'll probably update this fuse in the future, but this is what I have for the time being. One thing to note, in case I forget later, is that you always want to connect your battery to the solar charge controller first, and then to your solar panels.
What's the reasoning behind that?
The reason is because you don't want to, I don't know exactly why, but I've read that everywhere. And I think the biggest reason is you don't want to overload, like destroy your battery or anything like that when you have charge coming in and it's not grounded properly, just to be safe. You want to have your battery connected and grounded everything properly first, and then you just connect your charge source.
All right.
So very important. And then I also have this battery monitor here. So this is just to take a look at, you know, what exactly is happening. This is the solar panels. This is the battery, and this is what it's coming in at, and this is how the battery is going to get charged. So right now it's pretty shady. There's only one panel, so it's not coming in as heavy amps, but it's 14.7 voltage and 0.8 amps, and then the battery is going to get charged at 13.3 volts and 0.9 amps. what this charge controller does is kind of calculates the maximum efficiency for your battery to get charged. It needs to get charged at about 13, 14 volts. So it converts the voltage that you're getting here. So if I wire, like say 4 panels in series, if each panel is producing at a maximum of 17 volts, it'll produce like 68 volts at 10 amps, and then it'll convert that to like the 13 volts, 12, 14 volts to like something like 60 amps. And that will power your battery. So before I go to the battery, with the solar charge controller, I've created like a system hub where I bought this, and this basically has like, you know, kind of like a, I forget what those are called, bus bar. It's like a positive negative bus bar, but it just kind of confines everything into one space where all my charge sources and all my, you know, users of the energy, all my consumers, all connect to one place. So as you can see right here, the inverter connects here and the battery also connects here. So let me start with the battery first. So right here, this connects directly. So I have a
Master switch.
yeah. So this is, let's say, off right now, but then this will connect, stop all my flow to my consumers in this case. But then if I turn it on, then all my, like say in your van or your lights will turn on. For the negative, because I have a battery monitor as such, I have the negative connected to a shunt. The shunt has, this is supplied by the battery monitor, has a cable connecting to the energy battery monitor. This is what I'll probably display, something I can view easily based on how many voltage my battery.
So what does that show?
This shows so like the voltage, and then what percent my battery's at, how many amp hours I'm consuming, how many watts I'm consuming. And so I think all that stuff's gonna be pretty useful depending, you know, if you see how much you're using. Like say you turn on an appliance, you can be able to tell how much more draw you're getting based on that appliance. For that, you also want to plug in like this wire from the shunt to the battery, just so you can get
Power to the...
power to the monitor, exactly.
Yeah.
And this should go to the hub, but it wasn't fitting, so I'll work on that later. But ideally, you should just have this one terminal fuse block that I have here. I'm probably gonna put like a 150 amp fuse block on here, but this is kind of just testing, kind of just put it together. So yeah, there's this. And then, so this is, you know, all the charging, and then to do the actual, like, you know, you want to use stuff in your home, in your camper van. So like, for example, the inverter, this is like a mug warmer, which I definitely recommend anyone getting. But let's give it a go. So first thing, you know, I'll just turn this thing on.
Get out, and you held it to turn it on?
Oh, shit.
Do we have the battery's off right now? The switch is off.
Switch is off, so let's turn this guy back on. So the switch is on. Everything's good there. Full malfunction. Let's try this on again.
You have to hold it, and the green power's on. The switch is on.
Your power's on.
All right. He plugs that in. Other way around. There we go.
Okay. Moment of truth. That's pretty dirty, but
There you go.
and it's on. And I can, you know, warm my coffee up with this. Turn this back off. Turn this back off too.
And this is just for safety.
Yep. Safety. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right.